Everyone in your family is getting older, and as a man, it's up to you to provide a life that's pleasant for them, a life of abundance, satiety, and overall create an ecosystem for those that you love, for the ones that are around you to be blessed by your competency. Fellas, gentlemen, welcome back to another video. So, I have been very honest with you guys over the course of the last 7-8 months, as I always am. I've spoken to you guys about some of my personal struggles and personal battles, things that's going on in my life, how 7 months ago my brother died on my birthday. You know, this past year has been very interesting for me. I've had to make some key adjustments in my life as a man that's busy, as a man that's grinding, always working on myself, always trying to evolve, things of that nature, right? And it's like this past year I had like a quarter life crisis, right? Or whatever, like a third life crisis, and it's really caused me to do some introspective work and really figure out how to manage my busy life. You guys know that I'm a man that travels a lot. I have a lot of ambitions. I'm always doing things, right? I have a lot of clients who I train, things of that nature. This past Christmas, I went home to go visit my family, and you know, you really do evolve. Like, as you do the work on yourselves, guys, you start to view things differently. Your perspective shifts, right? Your reality, as I told you guys before, your reality will reflect your perspective, what you think. And being back in New York for the holidays and visiting family, you know, I went to go visit my godmother, who I haven't seen for a couple of years. And by the way, I have a lot of great women in my life. Like, I have a lot of women that really contributed to me being raised well. I told you guys that as a kid, I didn't really have stability, and I bounced around from home to home until I moved in with my father in high school, right? But I have a lot of ladies that really stepped up for me, that tried their best to help me as I fell into the streets and just doing stupid shit. So this is why my perspective on women is a little bit more balanced, and I'm not one of those guys. I think you know what I mean. If you watch my content, you know what I mean. Like, I'm not one of those dudes. You from like a red pill nigga type of shit, right? But I digress. Everybody in our families is getting older, fellas. And it's interesting. Once you turn like 27, you feel me, 26, 27, 28, you start to lose people. You feel me? And you come to realize that your parents, your auntie, uncles, as you start to get towards the same age and the same ages that they were perhaps when they had you, you start to realize that they didn't have this shit figured out either. And they were just doing the best that they could, right? They were just kids trying to figure out how to be an adult. As you get older, you start to understand the perspectives of your parents. If you're fortunate enough to have your parents in your life still, I know a lot of you gentlemen watching this perhaps have already lost your father or mother, or you never knew your mother or father. But as you start to grow, you realize our parents aren't invincible. Your grandparents aren't invincible, and you start to lose people, key stone members of your life and of your family, and that shit could rock you, right? And I went to go visit my godmother, who has been phenomenal my whole life, man. She loves me so much, and I love her, and it was just like a light in my life. And I haven't seen her in a few years, man, and you feel me? Like, I went to go see her, and man, you know, she has dementia. And, you know, as I walked towards the house, because I just surprised them, right? You feel me? Like, I walked towards the house, like I rang the doorbell, right? And the husband gets the door, right? You don't realize how much you changed, because yeah, I'm a grown man now. I'm not a kid. You feel me? I got a beard and shit. You feel me? So I pulled up, and you know what I mean? I was like, tonton, right? That means uncle in Creole. I walked in, and he was like, oh, Dudley, mes amis, whoa, got water, monsieur. Ah? Right? You feel me? We start talking and whatnot. And it's crazy to see the people that raised you become so, like, frail. And, you know, I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's my nenin, right? Nenin means godmother in Creole. And he was like, you know, she's in the room laying down. She doesn't remember anybody, right? She barely remembers me, right? Her husband is telling me, like, she has dementia, she's declining. And, you know, I'm like, damn, like, as much as she loved me and I loved her, she has to remember me. I start walking towards the room, and I see her, and she's not looking in good shape at all. She's, you know, like in the bed laying down. And, you know, like I just look at her, and I'm like, Néné, c'est moi, oui? Est-ce qu'on change? C'est moi-même. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, she looks up at me, and I look in her eyes, right? Man, I look at her eyes, and she's like, Dudi, me songe, oui, chérie. Me songe. And, like, she's, like, shaking and shit, and I could tell by looking in her eyes. For one, she was so excited to see me, but she was also, she really lamented that I had to see her like that. She did not want me to see her like that, in that type of condition. And that shit really fucked me up, because, you know, like, when you have people that you love, people that raised you, people that you grew up with, you know, people that are literally part of the reason why you are who you are today, people that took care of you, and you see them in that type of condition, you know, sometimes we can internalize things, because I'm like, yo, like, I've been doing all this shit, like, I gotta take care of my family, you feel me? Like, I'm a big herbalist, I'm into herbs, all type of shit. In fact, I have a herbs masterclass as a part of my mentorship program. All my gentlemen have to learn about herbs so that they can heal themselves, right? And their loved ones. And I was thinking, like, damn, like, had I had known her condition was this bad, I could have been sending her herb care packages and all this type of shit. And I've just been bouncing from corner to corner all around the earth. And, you know, like I told myself, I was like, Dud, like, first and foremost, let's not do this. We're not going to sit here and beat ourselves up for living our lives and becoming the man that we said that we would. That's one. I checked myself in that moment, because I now have the awareness. That's something that took me a long time to cultivate, having that self-awareness as a man. But two, it just made me realize, because, like, at this age, like, just people are just getting older and dying. And it made me, like, I left her house that day, you know, and I had a business meeting in the city. And once I got all that shit done and I got back home and I, like, sat down, I was like, yo, Dud, we gotta go fucking harder. Your family shouldn't want or need for anything. Your competency, your contribution to society should get you so well paid. I'm gonna keep it a buck, fellas. We gotta get rich as fuck to take care of all of our loved ones. Nobody in your vicinity, in your family, should be suffering. I'm not saying that if you work hard, you just have to go give your money away to all types of people and family and cousins and shit like that, especially if they're not in your immediate family, especially if they never reached out to you, checked up on you. But I'm talking about the key people in your life, fellas. As a man, you have to be the bedrock. That's one. That's law. We know that. But you should be blessing those around you through your competency. Your work should be creating abundance for you. You got to figure out what is your calling so that you can bless the world, so that you can get equally blessed. That's law. And so I sat down and I was like, ooh, Dud, we got to go harder. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm able to take care of my mom now. You feel me? Do things for her. I'm working on getting her certain things. I'm working on buying her a house, you know, and, you know, I got these goals set in place. But I'm like, Dud, we got a lot of people to take care of. And not a lot in the sense that I'm just gonna give shit out like I said, but I mean the people that really helped me. Fellas, as a man, it is our duty to provide. Fuck what this new age shit is saying. Oh, men aren't chivalrous, men don't have to be chivalrous. Fellas, it's up to you to take care and honor your family. That's what a man does. Simple. And if you're not in a position right now to where you're making enough money to support your family, shame on you. Shame on you. And I'm talking to myself when I'm talking to you guys. Like I said, these videos are a catharsis for me. I oftentimes talk to the version of myself that I used to be. We have to make it, fellas. We got to get serious. We have to get serious. Your excellency, your competency should be permeating and giving blessings to those around you. That's what a man does. A lot of you gentlemen want the bad woman. You want the wife, you want the girl. You can't even sustain your own life. You're not stable. You don't have a sound mind. You can't control yourself sexually. And you don't have the financial resources. You need to get your life in check. You waste so much time on frivolous things. God knows what you guys do. Watching dumbass podcasts. Not honoring yourself. Not waking up on time. Masturbating. Chasing women. Watching stupid shit. Bouncing from little bullshit jobs. Whatever the fuck you're doing. Get a skill and produce. I told you guys, a man finds his purpose oftentimes from his pain. Figure out what it is, your blessing. You are unique. And don't fucking let anybody else tell you otherwise. You are unique and you're squandering your gifts, waiting for the right time to go all in on yourself. Fuck. There's never gonna be the right time. Families getting older, people are dying. Don't you want to give the people you love the best experiences? You know how it feels for me to be able to send my mom anything she asked me for? I love this shit. I love the hustle. I love the grind. More importantly, I love going all in on myself. You know why? Because when I was in those fucking trenches, nigga, and I was insecure, timid, wandered from home to home, didn't know who the fuck I was, stuttering, couldn't speak, nigga, guess who the fuck got me out? My goddamn self. Ain't nobody came to fucking save me, nigga. I got myself out of there, bitch. So you fucking right. The only person that can aggrandize ourselves is ourselves. Can't rely on nobody. Your family should be relying on you. You the big dog. You the king. You the titan. You the fucking juggernaut. You gotta assume that role. Stop walking around timid and docile. You gotta know who the fuck you are. But to know who the fuck you are, fellas, what do I always say? You gotta take control of your goddamn mind. You gotta be intentional. You gotta know what your North Star is. You gotta know where you're going. Because there's people that need you. Even if it's unbeknownst to you, there's people that need you. No one around you should be suffering. How dare you? Like I said, I'm talking to myself. How dare you? We gotta go harder. 2 weeks into this new year, and a lot of you guys are already slipping, already stroking the Jimmy. You have no self-control, no impulse control. Funny. Your betrayal to yourself is egregious. You wallow in mediocrity and to no avail. Have you no shame? Evidently you don't. Because you keep on saying you want a certain type of life. You keep on saying you want to do certain type of things. So you'll sit on here and watch a whole bunch of self-improvement videos and try to watch this and try to get that, running around in circles, mentally masturbating. We got to go harder, fellas. Everybody in your family is getting older, and it's up to you to provide an excellent experience for them. They deserve that much for raising your ass. They deserve that much. Because though they didn't have it all figured out, guess what? They produced. They raised your ass. My family raised me to the best of their ability. And that won't go unappreciated. That won't go squandered. I hustle for many reasons. I don't need motivation. I have inspiration. Motivation is fleeting, it's outside you, it's external. I got enough energy in me, enough drive, enough desire, enough pain to last me 20 fucking lifetimes. And seeing my godmother lay in that bed like that, As if I needed more motivation to go harder. Everybody in your family's getting older, fellas. If you ain't gonna do it for yourself, if you're not gonna get up early for yourself, if you're not gonna discipline your goddamn self for yourself, if you're not gonna become the man you said you would for yourself, god damn it, do it for the ones that love you. Do it for your family. You owe them that much, motherfucker. It ain't all about you. It's never been about us, fellas. We come here to serve. Motherfuckers got egos when you say that shit. I ain't no servant. I ain't no employee. I tell you right now, I'm a servant. I serve my clients. I serve my family. I serve you guys. The fuck you think this shit is? I ain't just on here talking to look pretty, motherfucker. I'm here adding value to the marketplace. That's why I'm compensated well. And that's the only way you'll be compensated well. Serving. Everybody's getting older, fellas. We have to take care of the ones that took care of us. I'm a loyal motherfucker, bro. I'm a loyal man. That's my creed. I believe in loyalty. I believe in honor. And I'll be goddamned if anyone around me is suffering. If anyone around me is not getting taken care of. How can you call yourself a man and you don't honor, love, and take care of your own kin, of your own cloth? Everyone around us, fellas, as far as we know, we got this life right here. Don't you want to make it the best one? Don't you want to have experiences that last a lifetime with your family? Your mom's getting older. Your dad's getting older. Everyone's gonna die, including yourself. So you ought, it would be behooving to you to maximize and aggrandize your life, aggrandize yourself in society, and be held in preeminence. Wouldn't it? But you don't care about that. You'd rather stroke your dick to porn. You'd rather smoke weed as opposed to reading a new book and applying the information. You'd rather stay safe and hold on to your little fucking $3,000 as opposed to invest in some fucking whatever that can get you to wherever you need to go. You'd rather be a coward. You'd rather sit still than move. If you sit still, you're dying. If you're still, you're dying. In everything, in life, in business, you cannot stay still. You must always move forward, always iterate, try something. Stagnation is death. You gotta make a decision. Every grown man has to make a fucking decision. Am I gonna go all in on myself? Yes or no, motherfucker? That's not rhetorical. Ask yourself that question. Am I gonna go all in? What does going all in look like? It means taking control of the cockpit of my fucking mind and doing everything I said I would do. I don't need motivation, bitch. My goal drives me. Being the man that I said I would, being congruent drives me. Serving drives me. Talking about motivation. Motherfuckers want to sit on here on YouTube all day watching motivational speakers and shit. Watching 20 content creators, circle jerking, watching all these fucking videos, body game. Man, I'm off this shit.